Alright, not so sure if you can see how bad it is, but this side is flickering quite a lot and this side not so much. Right, so my screen has been flickering for quite a while now and it's been a month. It's gotten a lot worse since then. So as you've seen, my monitor is in a really bad state and I want to replace it. However, I do not know what is my next monitor I should get. I've seen Prism Plus all around Singapore. However, good marketing doesn't mean their monitors are actually good. With no knowledge, I can't really differentiate what makes their monitor good or bad. So in this video, I want to learn about what makes a monitor good, okay? Find a monitor that is actually suitable for what I need it to do, and ideally I can reach out to them for a sponsorship opportunity. If not, it's still the next best option, right? I'm really clueless about monitors, okay? I only heard about refresh rates and stuff like that, you know, gaming monitors, but I'm really clueless about a lot of things. So by default, I'll start with a YouTube video. Alright, so right off the bat, when scrolling through all these YouTube videos, right, the titles mainly talk about two things, is whether it's for productivity or for gaming. So I'll be going with the productivity one. Okay, I do not game as much. I think a gaming one will be more specific and expensive, but that being said, it's something that I can watch more videos to find out about. Alright, so I just finished watching this video, alright, and I learned a lot. This guy is like a web designer, graphic designer kind of person. I've taken some notes, alright, so let me just go through them. Alright, so let's go to the first thing that he talked about. Okay, first is the aspect ratio. There's three different aspect ratios: 16:9, 21:9, and 32:9. Okay, basically is how wide you want your monitor to be, the width. If I'm not wrong, this should be a 16:9. Okay, it's the very standard one. Personally, I think I would want a 21:9. So you can see I like to use the split screen function. Okay, I use it a lot in fact. To the point where sometimes I will even do like 4 different split screens. And I think a 16:9 is okay. 21:9 would be great, and maybe having like a super ultra wide, right, like the 32:9 would be maybe too much. The next thing he talked about was the picture quality. Alright, 110 pixel per inch, 110 ppi will be a pretty good pixel per inch to look at and above, right? So you don't want anything below 110 ppi. If not, it wouldn't be so comfortable for your eyes. Your eyes wouldn't really enjoy the best picture quality on the screen. Afterwards, he talked about panel technology. There are 4 different types. First is TN, then VA, IPS, and OLED. So first for TN, you want to avoid this as much as possible. Alright, it gives really bad image quality, bad color representation, and just bad viewing angles. Okay, next for VA, right, is a good substitute to IPS. Okay, however, it's still not ideal. Certain viewing angles really isn't as great. I'll say IPS will be really good and it will be like the benchmark for a good monitor, and OLED would be really good but really expensive. He said it was really not recommended and it's really not something you need if you're going for productivity, but if you want going for like the dream kind of setup, maybe you want to go for an OLED kind of monitor. Last but not least, he talk about connectivity and features, which is talking about whether you want more USB plugs, you know, more plugs in the monitor and stuff like that, so you can have a very like clean setup. So that for me would be just a bonus, but always good to have, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. He mentioned that LG, Dell, and Samsung has really good monitors as expected. I think these are some things that I can look at. However, I think at the end of this video, right, I realized that maybe I could actually look at what Prism Plus actually offers, because maybe the brand is not the one that really matters so much, but understanding the technology behind it and the requirements that I'm looking for. Alright, so now that I have a good idea on what monitor specifications are good for me, okay, I've opened tabs to Shopee, Lazada, LG, Dell, Samsung, and Prism Plus websites. Okay, I've opened up all these websites and I'm going to take all the monitor around the same specifications that I'm looking for, and I'm going to compare their prices and see how they fare. Alright, so it's day 2. I've learned tons about monitors. When to shop online to compare prices, when to watch videos again, when to shop online and compare prices again. It's been a ride. By the way, quick shout out to ZXTECH right here. Hope you can actually see. Don't mind the low light. Okay, he's a Singaporean YouTuber and gives really in-depth and informative videos. Alright, sometimes it can be a bit long, but especially for someone like me who has not really a good idea of what's going on, he is the guy you want to look for, especially for tech. Alright, so quick shout out to him. Thanks to him, I learned a lot, especially for the Prism Plus monitors. He reviewed them, and spoilers, okay, he was unhappy with how it was marketed. That being said, overall it was still a pretty well priced monitor for what he has paid for. I understand a lot about the monitor industry after looking at tons of videos, reviews, and also complaints. Alright, so I got my phone here, let me try to break it down. So initially, what I thought I wanted was actually, I wanted, you know, like 110 PPI, 21:9 aspect ratio, ultra wide, IPS panel technology. I had these criteria in my head. However, I didn't realize that it was actually pretty costly and more than what I'm willing to actually pay for. So I have decided that I will change my mind. So all these criteria, what I've decided to keep was actually the 21:9 aspect ratio. So there is an ultra wide and I would like it to be curved. Okay, that's something that I would like to try, and I'm fine that it's a VA technology. Okay, means vertical alignment technology, and usually we want to go for IPS, but VA technology is, catching up, so it's not too bad. Alright, if you're gonna go for IPS, definitely have to pay extra. And I also have decided to drop the 110 PPI because, well, to actually achieve what I thought was actually good, right, it would cost more than what I'm willing to pay for. So no, so I'm going to tone down my expectations. Alright, so just to break things down so we all have a good idea of what's going on in the Singapore market, alright, or at least from what I know, the most budget one I could actually find in the budget range was actually a Xiaomi monitor. If you're just fine with any monitor, okay, and run a relatively good one, I don't know, I saw a Xiaomi monitor on Shopee that you can actually get for a really good price, like maybe about less than 200. Then on the mid tier, okay, it would be Prism Plus and Super Solid. So I found another Singapore brand, okay, Super Solid. Then on the top, the high end one would be LG, Dell, and Samsung. What I've realized is the specs that I'm looking for, right? If I were to actually buy something at the high end, I would actually be paying more. So I've decided to go with the more mid-tier options, which is Prism Plus and Super Solid. So just to summarize, the most low-tier budget one will be, can go for Xiaomi. I think it's a pretty good monitor. It's very affordable. Okay, the mid-tier one will be something that if you are just a normal casual user, right, not any professional in color grading, this would actually be suitable for you, or you're just a gamer. And for the high-end one, that technology can actually be really, really great. And if you are a professional that especially do color grading, right, you might want to consider those. So I've decided to go with the mid one, alright, as said. That is something would be very suitable, especially in my price range. So it's come down to whether should I pick Prism Plus or Super Solid, okay, because I think both are pretty okay companies, okay. That being said, there's pros and cons, and let's discuss it. So firstly, about Prism Plus. Prism Plus, okay, does their marketing really well. However, it's questionable whether everything they market, it's exaggerated or not. I won't really say it's not true, but I would say, wait, is it a little bit exaggerated or not true, really? I would say they market it really, really well. My concern with Prism Plus is their warranty. Some people has complained that you needed 5 dead pixels for it to be able to, claim the warranty. However, some people, had 3 pixels and 2 dead pixels, and then they really couldn't do anything about it. So that was something that made me concerned, alright, on the customer support after the sales. That being said, there were people who also say that it is a common thing, okay, for other brands as well, even for the bigger names. Okay, so personally, I do not have any experience in it, okay, and I've been searching for reviews, so it's a bit hard to actually give any solid conclusion to this. But however, Prism Plus, the prices are actually pretty good. And then here comes Super Solid. My only concern is they're more built for, I think, gamers in general, if I'm not wrong, and they aren't really a big brand in Singapore. For that reason, they don't really have much reviews, and for that reason, I do not know what's their after sales customer service is like. And only because I've seen one bad Facebook review that says that, oh, the people inside the company were pushing blames to each other. But that could be from anyone, even whoever competitor can just put a bad Facebook review. The lack of review actually also worries me, and that is why I am not too sure. Just looking at price point alone, I will actually go with Prism Plus because they have a wider range of monitors. For the specs that I'm looking for, I will actually have to pay slightly less, okay, in Prism Plus compared to in Super Solid. And because Prism Plus have actually a wider range of monitors, they actually have a smaller version of the monitor that I'm looking for that's ultra wide, but Super Solid only had one that is around the 700 range, which is not something I'm definitely willing to put my money on. So all in all, because by comparing two companies on how big it is, it seems like the concern for after sales customer support seems like it happens to all companies regardless of whether it's just Prism Plus or whatever other company. For affordability wise, Prism Plus definitely seems to have one of the best prices for the specs that I am looking for, and that's why I think at the end of the day, so many people also pick Prism Plus. Alright, after researching more, I just realized that, hey, I can make a more informed decision, and I have ended up with Prism Plus. There really isn't any other better options that I know of. I will just say I have to conclude that I will go with Prism Plus. Okay, I will actually just try to reach out to them and see how things go. They have a huge variety at very affordable prices, which caters to a lot of the people, the majority of the people out there, including myself. For me personally, I'm not like a hardcore gamer, and if you're looking for something hardcore, Prism Plus, maybe higher monitors can be even suitable. Okay, I'm not exactly too sure on it. Whatever issues that they have, it seems like it happens among, you know, all the PC sellers. And what can I really do about it, right? It's the reality of things. So I guess, yeah, I've decided that Prism Plus will be the most suitable for me, and I'll try to reach out to them and see how things go. If not, I might have to consider actually getting one from them, because you can see that my monitor is flickering all the time, which is really bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say I understand a lot better about the the monitor screen space in Singapore right now, and at least can make a better informed decision, and can at least tell you the reason why personally I've picked one over the other. That's pretty much it. I hope that you have learned something from this as well. I was a complete newbie about monitors. I didn't know what was what and what was what not, whatever it was. Hopefully by watching this video you can make a more informed decision yourself. If you want to be updated on what products or companies am I reaching out to next, or I just want to see how the whole setup works, do follow me for more, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.